Indian nationals, because even though up to 60% of the H-1Bs is taken by the Indian nationals, only 10% of the green cards are given to us. So there is a big backlog. So you see a lot of H-4 EADs that are there in USA right now. And they're going to be here for a long period of time. I mean, when I say long period of time, on the H-4 EAD, they're going to be here for maybe 10 years, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. They have to stay here in United States. Yes. On the H-4 EAD, people can be employed at any job. They can flip a burger in McDonald's. They can be a Microsoft CEO. At the same time, they can own business. They can run restaurants. They can run consulting companies. They can run any kind of business. They are perfectly legal to run any kind of business. They can own a law firm also. Nothing wrong with it. If they are a lawyer license, they can do that. They can own any kind of business which they are legally allowed to. Normally, all other people are out there allowed to do it. So people who are on H-4 EAD previously, they were sometimes when the H-4 EAD, when H-1 and H-4 and EAD were being extended, though, they used to only approve the H-1B and not approve the H-4 plus EAD at that point of time. So they used to have a gap between the employment. Every time when the H-1B gets extended, there used to be a gap of 3 to 4 months. Right now, we are able to avoid it because they are supposed to approve the H-4 and EAD along with the H-1B. Also, there are some creative ways where just in case the employer is not willing to do it, people can go outside the country when the I-797 is still valid and get extended when coming back to Mexico or going to India and coming back showing the spouse's H-1B approval. And they get 180 days of employment even if the EAD has been expired, if they have filed an EAD extension. In fact, on today is April 8th, April 7th, I guess. And on April 8th, though, they're passing a regulation which allows them to work up to 540 days instead of 180 days. So but for this, the I-94 must be extended. So there normally, if you plan properly, there should not be any gap in the employment for you. You can continuously work unlike before. So people can think about going into entrepreneurship, owning businesses, being partnership in businesses, working in businesses. They should be able to do it without any hindrance. And in the long run, they should be able to do without any flaw in that.
Got it. And Rahul sir, when they do running such businesses and say, they've sort of run out of the EAD, and the EAD extension and the limits of it, then how quickly do they need to be able to shut down their existing businesses and stuff like that? Is there like a contingency?
Right now,
can the business continue to run?
If right now, if they plan it properly, doesn't have to be meticulously, or plan it a little bit earlier, at least 1 or 2 months earlier, though, there will not be any gap in employment. Because when the H-1B get extended, the H-4 get extended, even if it's not extended, they can go to Mexico and come back and then extend based on the spouse's I-94 because premium processing is there for H-1B, though. But in any event, though, in very unfortunate event where people have running a business of 20 employees, but they ignored their own work permit and they just, all of a sudden they realize that their I-94 is not extended, they cannot work. Yeah, they have to temporarily cease working as the CEO of the company, need to appoint somebody for that particular thing, and they can cease working for that temporary period. And once the EAD is approved or once they're authorized to work, then they can become the CEO again. That temporary cessation of the employment as the CEO of the company, or president of the company, or operator of the company has to be their own temporarily, not permanent.
Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. And at that point, they cannot receive any financial benefit from the company either. Is that right?
Well, not exactly true. Profits are fine. Profits are fine. Employment is not allowed. But if the company, let's say, for example, I own 100% of the company. If the company is making profits, I can take the profits in that period of time. Absolutely nothing wrong. But I cannot be involved in the management or working in that company in that interim period. But Nitya, that will be less than, if people plan, I mean, that should not happen. There should not be any gap.
Yeah, I know. I'm just asking this question on behalf of all those who wait till the last minute. We love leading a very adventurous life in Mata. So they prefer to wait for everything to the last minute. But this is great, and at least that way they can continue to have a company running, although they may or may not benefit from that at that point, or can or cannot work from there. Also, Rahul sir, when such a thing is happening, can they use their own company to sponsor themselves at that point if they want to change?
When you say sponsor for H-1B or for green card, there are two different aspects. For the H-1B, for the H-1B, there are some limitations right now, where if there is another authority in the company that can hire and fire this particular person, then they can sponsor themselves on H-1B. They can do that. They can even sponsor their spouse also on H-1B too. However, there is a regulation which is pending, which may become effective somewhere in August or September, that will allow these entrepreneurs to be a little bit more entrepreneur than what they are. What does that technically mean is that, see, for a H-1B though, you must be in the specialty occupation. So IT company, IT professionals. Now, can they work partly as a CEO of the company and partly as an IT professional? Technically not at this juncture of it. Your job duty should be only focused on a specialty occupation, which most probably will be IT profession. But what they are telling is that come in September, before September, we should get the regulation. They can have like 51% of their job duties in technical field. 49% of their job duties can be CEO. I mean, when a CEO means, they have to do everything. I mean, they have to go to bank, they have to do that. If necessary, they have to clean the latrines. I mean, they have to do everything. That's a CEO's rule. They have to clean the floor. They have to do everything. That's CEO. CEO means it's not that they sit in a very high chair. The way it was, I've been the president of my company for a while, not anymore though right now. And I have to do everything. I mean, if the Xerox machine goes wrong, I have to go fix it. I have to, I have to go, if somebody doesn't show up, I have to go to the post office and get the mail. All those kind of things can be done without any problem. Coming August, we're going to get those regulations. So that's allowing the entrepreneurs to become the CEOs of the company, and on H1B, they can do all these kind of activities. They're promoting the entrepreneurship with this new regulation.
No, that's amazing, Andy. That's so good to hear, actually. And even for those who are on H4 EADs and stuff, this sort of gives them, the sort of buffer that they need, the 540 days. Did you mention that?
Yes, that's right. That regulation is becoming effective on April 8th.
Oh, wow, okay. Tomorrow.
Yeah. Tomorrow, yes. Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Rahul, sir, anything else you would like to add at this point before we start taking our callers?
We'll take the callers.
Right. Let's go on to our callers, please. Let's take the first caller for the day. All right, caller with number ending in 4469. 4469, we're ready for you now. Hello?
I'm here. I can hear you.
Hi, ma'am. Thank you for calling us. Go ahead with your question, ma'am.
Thank you for... Sure. So I'm in kind of a situation here. My husband got his green card approved when his priority date was October 2021. And I got my green card approved with my 485 approved this week very recently, and my priority date is March 2023. And my lawyer here has raised a concern that because the priority date is not current and still my green card got approved, I better reach out to USCIS to see if the approval has been done due to any errors. And I contacted USCIS, and the tier 2 officer spoke to me saying that I don't have to worry about it, and she has sent me a written communication also. But my lawyer is not convinced yet, and I just wanted to have a second opinion.
What is the written confirmation the officer has sent to you?
So what the officer has told me is, that there is nothing to worry about my confirmation, and the priority date doesn't have to do with the current or the date match.
Come on. No, your lawyer is right. The officer is wrong. What I want you to do is file an application called I-290B. Okay? File this application. That's better.
Yes.
Because you can keep on calling this USCIS, they won't hear to you. Just file I-290B.
That is also something that I've taken up with the officer, that if I have to, that I've
Ignore
also
the
submitted
officer.
I-290B.
Ignore the officer.
Okay.
Just file I-290B. Okay?
I see. Okay. So these are the exact words to quote her. Your application was approved and no need to worry about the priority date not
Just
matching
ignore
the date
this.
of application.
No, ma'am. I mean, they cannot approve when the priority date is not current. They're wrong. Your lawyer is right. Please believe me on that. File I-290B, okay?
I see. Okay. So I was told there's another form that I have to file, which is I-3000. I'm not sure if that is also something that's required to submit along with I-290B.
No, not with along with the I-290B. You don't need to submit anything, ma'am. Okay? You just submit. You just tell that I got green card wrongly approved and my priority date is not current. Here is when I got my green card approved. Here is the visa bulletin. That's it. That's all you make a statement. Okay? Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. I have another question. So should I reach out to Ombudsman as well?
Ma'am, you can do whatever you want to. You can reach the Ombudsman. You can go to the Congressman. You can swim the English Channel if you want to. Okay? No problem with it. But file the I-290B. Okay? Don't forget it.
Yep. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling us. All right.
Certain things, Nitya Garu, when people try to contact the USCIS and when you lose the original document and you're filing for the duplicate, you call the USCIS, or when these kind of things happen, people always try to do the methods: contact the congressman, contact the ombudsman, contact the USCIS, contact to tier 2 officer, raise a service request. All these things. That's the reason I added the thing. You can even swim the English Channel if you want to, with a board saying that I've been wrongly approved green card, please correct it. At least to get their attention. You can do all those things even if you want to, okay? And get in the news. But just don't forget to do the basic thing. File for the duplicate approval, okay? While you're doing all this process, file for the duplicate approval. If you lost the green card, or if you lost the EAD, first file that one, okay? Then you try to do all these efforts. If these are successful, I'm not telling, I'm not telling that they won't be successful. You have only 2% chance that these things will be successful. But first file 290B. You can swim the English Channel, that's fine. But file the 290B.
So, Rahul sir, what happens if the green card has been wrongly issued? Does it get taken
back? They are revoking it though. They are revoking it.
Okay.
That's a problem. So, right. And then what happens is that, let's say, for example, this lady has traveled to India and now they revoke the green card. She will be na Garka, na Garka, stuck somewhere in between. And what do you mean by somewhere in between? Well, she's flying from India to, and she's in Abu Dhabi, or she's in Dubai, or she's in France, okay, Paris. And then now you're middle of nowhere, and they said, no, you can't enter into the flight. What are you going to do at that point of time? So that's the reason to avoid that, file 290B. That's easier.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Rahul sir. Let's take our next caller. All right, caller with number ending in 9893. 9893, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Yeah, sure, Sandeep here. So hello, Rahul sir and Nitya ma'am. Yeah, thank you so much for all the information and all the help that you guys are providing. Thank you so much. I've been your regular listener. So Rahul sir, I have a question regarding my visa stamping, my H-1B visa stamping. So I had filled my first DS-160 in January, but because of overthinking, you may call it, or whatever, I ended up filling like multiple times, like 5 or 6 times. And now I'm really concerned about my interview, that when I go, are they going to see the ones which I filled online, or is it only which I provide them on that day is the one that is getting considered on the biometric?
So is there any controversial thing that you said in the rest of the things? Like, for example, if your name is Srinivas Rao and your father's name is Prabhakar Rao, you said your father's name is some different person, or very wrong information you put in the rest of the forms, or you did not fill it completely the rest of the DS-160s?
I pretty much filled it completely. There was no wrong information, but like for LNU and FNU, the name had to change because for the first time I did not understand, because my passport only has a given name.
I got the point. So you should not be worried. You're fine. They will consider only the DS-160 which is attached to it. You can ignore it. You'll be fine. Okay? You don't have to worry about it.
Okay, so they don't even look at those in the system at all.
They may.
They can look at maybe later, but not.
Yeah, they may even look into the system, but it won't harm you anything. You didn't give you any wrong information in there, so you're good. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling us. All right, let's take our next caller.
Once we go into their system, we fill out the information, they may look into it definitely, but as long as any wrong information is not provided, we should not be worried about it.
Thank you, sir. Our next caller is caller with number ending in 7783. 7783. We ready for you now? Hello?
Hello, Rahul sir, Nitya Garu, and thank you so much.
Hi, sir.
Can you hear me?
Thank you for calling us. Yes, we can hear you, sir. Thank you so much for calling us. Go ahead with your question, sir.
Sure. Okay. Last week, actually, I called about my daughter who was stuck in Vancouver because her AP was expired and it was still pending. And the CDP let her in actually with a one-time B2 visa.
B2 visa.
He and I actually went to and Rahul sir actually suggested actually to go with an attorney to the local field office, USCIS field office. So we went, but without an attorney because it was very short notice. And they actually heard our case and they approved our existing AP for 5 years. So
existing what?
Now the next.
I'm sorry. What did you say? They approved
parole for.
So they approved the advance.
Yeah, they approved Yes, sir. So after the approval, like next day we saw her approval like in her account, USCIS online account. So she again drove back to Canada for our final exams. So how soon she should come back to US?
Did she has an advance parole? You said it's approved, but did she receive it in the hand?
And not. But actually, if you go to, if someone goes to an online account, so there is a copy already.
You told me that, but she didn't receive it in the hand. Okay, go ahead with your question.
So with that, actually, she left the US and she went to Canada for her final exams in Vancouver. So how soon she has to come back to convert it to again the AOS, because she was on B2.
Oh yeah. Now once the advance parole is approved, she can come anytime. But in the hand, once you get the advance parole in the hand, she can come back anytime. There is no need that she has to come within 1 week, within 10 days. She can come within 3 months anytime. Absolutely not a problem.
Okay. So when she comes back to US, does she have to go through a I-485 filing? Or
no, she has an advance parole. She has an advance parole right now. She doesn't have to do anything.
Okay, all good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling.
Bye.
All right. While we take our next caller, I have a question, Rahul Garu. This is a question from Gopi. Ravi says, what is the processing time for H1 amendment plus extension at the Vermont Center?
Approximately around 4 months.
4 months. Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Let's take our caller. Caller with number ending in 8836. 8836, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hi, hi Nitya, hi Rahul. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you for calling us, sir. Please go ahead with your question.
Sure, thank you. Hey Rahul, I just have a quick question. My daughter will be going to college this year. She is on H4. Yeah, I can hear you. So my daughter is on H4 and she'll be going to college this year.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to join a college course where there is more entrepreneurship, like they will train them to form companies and, do business. So is that something she can do on H4 or she has to convert on F1?
Well, if it's only education, absolutely not a problem. But if there are internships involved in it, work involved in it, then she need to convert into F1. But if we're just going to the classroom, attending the classes and taking some, attending the classes and coming back, absolutely. But if there is a work involved, though, including the internships, though, she needs to convert into F1.
Okay, and can she get paid on F1?
F1 she can, but not on H4.
Okay, and sorry, one more question. On F1, she can start her own company also, right?
On F1, can you own the company? Yes. F1, can she run the business? Can she run the business? I would want you to consult an immigration lawyer privately. To own a business, absolutely no problem. To run a business, I would want you to consult an immigration. There are some limitations on it there. In the OPT period, she could be. In the CPT period, maybe, may not be. In the STEM extension, she cannot run the business. So there are some limitations on it.
Okay. All right. Thanks for that answer. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling us. Appreciate it. All right. Let's take our next call. Okay, caller with number ending in 0171. 0171, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Rahul sir, and hi, Rahul sir and Nitya ma'am. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, ma'am. Go ahead, please.
Hi, my question is, my priority date is July 2012, and we in 2020 filed I-485 in EB3. We had EB2, I-40. So when in June 2022 it became current, we filed 485J, change of underlying basis. My husband got GC in August 2022 in EB2, and family got missed out. Now EB3 is current. And can you file another I-485J for me and my daughter?
No, because
my husband doesn't work. Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, my husband actually doesn't work with the employer anymore.
First of all, if your husband gets a green card in EB2, they cannot convert into EB3 for you, though. You are stuck in EB2 line. Second is that your husband is not working for the company. Is not that important right now. However, your husband can file something called I-130 so that you can travel in two different lines. I know that the family-based F2A, you will come under F2A. Please note it down, F2A category. So he can file an I-130 for you and his child. I'm assuming your child is under 21. And they come under F2A category. You will come under F2A category. The reason I promote people to go into this F2A category is you don't know when the F2A is going to become current. You don't know when the EB2 is going to be current. So if you travel in both the lanes, whichever gets first, you can reach in those lanes. It's like this, you're waiting in a line, stand in two places, like have your husband and you standing in different lines. Very similar to that. Is you're going in F2A and you're going in EB2. Whichever comes first, you can take it. Okay? File an I-130.
Yeah.
Okay? I-130. Have your husband file an I-130.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling us. All right, let's take our next
Thank
caller.
you. Thank you.
And in the meantime, question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from PS. Says my GC's, I don't know if this is the same one, but says my GC's filed in EB2 category with priority date of 2012, August 2012.
Same.
Water cooling case, same, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I have another question. This is from Santosh Kumar. Says I've concurrently filed for my 485 with medical 2 years back on EB1C, after which the dates got retrogressed. Will USCIS ask for a new medical RFE once the dates become current down the line? Also, I've changed my job after 180 days, so will they always look for the 485J during the processing?
Let's go first.
On submitting before this beforehand or after an RFE?
Good question. Good questions. First, medicals expire in 2 years as of today. But starting from tomorrow, medicals will never expire.
Oh, really?
Right. There's a new regulation that's getting passed, actually. It's already there. It's going to be published tomorrow.
Gotcha.
So the new regulation says that the medicals are valid forever. So which is a good news. Otherwise, these people are sending RFEs every 2 years. Even if the priority date is not current, why do I have to do the medicals? Well, we tell either you fight with them, have a legal fees of $10,000 to fight in their court, or that you're not going to submit it, or just submit the medicals. But there's a good news that is coming up tomorrow, April 8th, will be the new regulations where medicals are valid indefinitely.
Oh, wow. That's
this
amazing.
is a regulation. This is not kind of USCIS telling, oh, this is only for this much time, that much time. So regulations, they're coming, they're going to be published on April 8th. So he doesn't have to worry about medicals now, at least from starting tomorrow. Then comes the next question is that if the person has changed the job after 180 days, do they need to file a I-485J beforehand, or should they wait for the interview or the RFE? We recommend people to wait until there is an RFE or there is a interview. The reason is that 80% of the cases will get approved without any interview, without any RFE on the I-485J. Why go file I-485J and give an extra reason to delay your green card? So that's my opinion. Just delay it, and if there is an RFE or if there is an interview, you take the I-485J.
Got it. Got it. Okay. That makes sense. Thank you, Rahul sir. Let's take our next caller. Okay. Caller with number ending in 6722. 6722, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello. Hey, hi. Hi, Nitya Garu. Hi, Rahul Garu.
Hi, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling us.
Good evening.
Go ahead with your
Yeah, good evening, and thank you for taking my call. And today my question is related to H4 to H1 transfer. Earlier in 2022, I got my H1 picked up and got my visa stamping also done. But due to some reasons, before I traveled to US, my H1 was revoked in 2023, December.
Do you know why it was
In the
revoked?
meantime, I got married. No, I have sent a mail or called USCIS, but I did not get any reply on it.
Keep going.
In the meantime, I got married and I'm here in US on H4. Now my question is related to, can I transfer my H4 to H1 visa? And I am concerned whether my H1 will be approved now as it's revoked earlier.
Do you know which company filed the H1B for you? Are you in touch with that company?
It is one of the consulting, it is one of the consulting company. And
did you contact them and ask them, sir, in-house project? I see it. So here is a general rule. If the H1B has been revoked because the company has withdrawn the H1B, then you will have no problem, none whatsoever at all, to transfer the H1B from H4 to H1. You will have no problem. You don't have to go through the lottery. But if the H1B has been revoked for fraud by the immigration, then technically speaking about, you are not counted toward the H1B number. Your H1B transfer, H4 to H1B transfer without going into the lottery system will not be successful.
Okay, but from them I came to know that I am not eligible for the lottery and I can file a new processing, but in the similar way as I
So
was revoked, there are few
only
other people whose visa was revoked and they got it approved again in few months. As they are already in US and they're working, it was easy for them and they got it approved. But I am not in US and I just came in.
So the only question is, did the company withdraw it? If the company withdraw it, then you don't have any problem.
No, I don't
Revocation.
think the company withdrawed.
If the company did not withdraw it, if it's been revoked because it's been for fraud, okay, because that's the reason why USA, then technically you're not counted to the H-1B number. Doesn't matter what happens to the next guy. Legally, it's not allowed. Okay?
Okay. If even if it is allowed, can I go with the same employer, or is it better to change my employer and then file a new H1?
Better to change an employer, because this employer doesn't seem to be right. Okay?
Okay. And does this H4 to H1 has a premium processing?
Sometimes what happens with this, listen to me very carefully though. Sometimes what happens is, if the company feels that the H-1B is getting revoked though, they go and withdraw all the H-1Bs though. So it could be that the company might have withdrawn it, but go ahead with the question.
Yeah. Is there a premium processing for this
Yes.
H4 to H1 visa change?
H4 to H1 premium processing is there. Okay, thank you.
Okay, and during this application processing, if I am not filing for a premium and I'm going for a regular visa processing, can I travel back? Can I travel internationally? Is that allowed, or should I stay in US only?
You can travel, but this H1 will be, the change of status will not be approved if you travel.
Okay.
You're considered to have abandoned the change of status. So once you come back, you have to file a change of status again. With the filing fees that went up on April 1st, I don't think so you should do that, okay? Thank you.
Okay. Now the filing fees will be the new filing fee if I go for a premium, correct?
Yes.
The 10,000. Okay.
You're absolutely right, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling us.
Thank you.
All right, let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 4177. 4177, we ready for you now? Hello? Caller with number ending in 4177, we ready for you? Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hi, sir. Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir. Thank you so much for calling us. Go ahead with your question, please.
Yeah, I have a question. So my wife got a 221G and they said like to mail the documents of the H1 approval along with the 797 and all that stuff to get her H4 stamped. So once she sent those emails to them, to the consulate, and also drop off her passport and it says approved, can I go for H1 stamping?
Wait a minute. Your wife went for the H4 stamping, is that right?
Yeah, so what my lawyer said was as long as we have the receipt number, she can go for H4 stamping. So we applied for an amendment and we got the receipt number and she went for H4 stamping.
Okay, no.
And then they gave a 221G saying that.
Yeah. No, you should not send your wife with a receipt notice, only with the approval notice. You did a wrong thing. Okay, now you send the approval notice. They already approved it. Now the question that you're asking is that can you go for H1B stamping? Is that question?
Yeah, so she didn't send the documents yet. So just wanted to check with you what is the best approach. Should she first send an email?
There is no connection between our H4 and your H1B stamping. So if she can submit it, in the meantime, you can file for the H1B stamping. No problem with that.
Okay, so that one has no relation with this. Both are independent of each other.
Both are independent. Okay? Thank you.
So can I go for Mexico too as stamping or no?
Technically, you can right now. Right now, you can go to Mexico for stamping. You can absolutely. Okay then.
Okay, thank you.
We'll go to the next caller.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling us. All right, let's take our next caller.
Just a rule of caution to all the people who are listening. Do not send H4 stamping when your H1B amendment is pending, when your H1B transfer is pending. Do not send your spouse to the H4. Do not do that. Because you need to understand one thing. If it's pending with one department, based on that, you're going to a different department to approve the H4. Not a good idea. Wait for the approval or convert into premium processing and then get the approval and then send it.
Got it. That makes sense, sir. Okay. Thank you so much for that. And let's take our next caller. All right. Caller with number ending in 1778. 1778. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Yes, ready.
Hi, sir. Thank you for calling us, sir. Go ahead with your question. Hello?
Nitya Madam garu, hello? Yeah.
Hello, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you please turn down your TV volume, if you don't mind? Hi, sir. Thank you for calling us, sir. Go ahead with your question. Sir, can you turn down your TV volume? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Now good?
Yeah. Now you're good, sir.
Hello?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Fine.
So, hello, sir. I have two questions. So, I have I-140 and, I transfer from A to B, but still during extension, my H4, my wife H4 EAD, any problem?
So when did it's been more than 180 days after your I-140 has been approved, is that right? Before you change the company from A to B? Zero.
Correct.
Zip. No problem. When you file for the H4 plus EAD, even though you're not working for company A that got the I-140 approval, even though you're filing an H1B transfer or extension with company B, your wife will have zero, no problem, none whatsoever at all to get the H4 plus EAD.
No, she has already H4 EAD, but my question is, so next year her EAD is going to expire. So that time she can get extension or not, because I already moved to different company.
You can get the extension with zero zip problem. Even though the I-140 is with company A, you're working for company B, she will not have any problem getting the H4 extension or EAD extension.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, Nitya Madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling us, sir.
Yeah.
All right, let's take our next caller. Rahul, sir, did you have something to add before we take our next caller?
No, he wanted to ask two questions. It looks like he ate the second one.
Okay. All right. I have a quick question for you, sir, before we take our next caller. This is from Bhargav Yadav. Says, I'm on first OPT and I got 2 job offers and they filed for an H1 and got picked. I have one of the employer in ServP portal already, but I want to change to another now. Will there be any issue in the future?
Since only one company filed the H1Bs, right? I mean, I'm assuming that company A and company B, only company A filed and company A got selected. This is not...
They filed for H1B. He got 2 job offers and they filed for an H1B and got picked. So
yeah, if they picked those, it should appear in both the things. So I'm assuming that only one company filed the H1B when they said they. So if we get picked with one company though, is this a right time to change the company? No, no, no.
Okay.
When is the right time to change the company? First, get the H1B approval with company A. Then to change the company, October 1st is the time you can change the company to company B. That is the right time. Why you should not try to change the company before is the main reason is that the company A can withdraw the H1B before October 1st. If they withdraw the H1B before October 1st, it becomes a problem because technically you're not counted toward the H1B number. They withdrew it before the start date. So don't put into that danger. You can take any risk you want to on October 1st, not before that time.
Got it.
And this caution comes to a lot of different people, OPT, STEM extension people. They also want to move to a different company. This is not the right time to move to a different company. Stay until they're October. And if by any chance, if another request I will do is that if you have some doubts about whether the job is going to lose or something like that, do a premium processing right now. Get a H1B approval as fast as possible. There are some methods where you can save, even if the company wants to withdraw. There are some methods to change, though. Also, we see right now some of the people, let's say their H-1B is approved with Microsoft, starting with October 1st, and they are on F1 visa, either OPT or STEM extension. Here is where the problem we see. If the Microsoft withdraws the H-1B before October 1st,
right.
What happens, Nitya Garu, is that the USCIS takes time to make it effective, though.
Yeah, okay.
So these people gets kicked out of the H-1B and gets kicked out of the F1 on the civil system on October 1st.
Got it.
So they will be na garka na gatka, because neither they are in H-1B because their H-1B has not started, but their Microsoft withdraw the H-1B and they're kicked out of the F1 because the system tells them they change the status to H-1B. So in this period of time, you need to contact an immigration lawyer. There are ways to work with the DSO, designated student official, where you can reinstate back to F1 by something called data correction. But you can discuss with the immigration lawyer to see if you want to go take the path of the F1 or you want to choose the path of the H-1B. The reason is that we have argued many times that, hey, Microsoft has withdrawn the H-1B, may have withdrawn the H-1B in August, though, but the USCIS has activated the withdrawal after October 1st. So we argued that technically he's been counted toward the H-1B number.
Right.
So some people wants to maintain the H-1B, some people want to move on to the, they want to stay on the STEM extension. So depending on which way you want to go, you can program it accordingly. The problem here is the the DSO, designated student official, would like to see the withdrawal confirmation before they can reinstate that person to the F1. That's a requirement of the Immigration and Customs Enforcement. So we normally call na garka na gatka at that point of time. So it's better to contact an immigration lawyer and be in touch with the DSO so that you coordinate everything smoothly.
Makes sense. And this same gentleman, Bhargav Yadav, he just messaged saying that both of them got picked, both the companies.
Oh, then if both got picked, then he can pick whichever company he wants to. He has a choice of picking whichever company he wants to. So if he gets picked up ABC Consulting Company and then he got with Deloitte, he can pick either of those companies to file the H-1B.
And it doesn't matter if one is in the ServP portal already, correct?
Yeah, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So if it's in the SVP portal, if he has company A, but he got selected with company B, can company B file H-1B? Absolutely fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Rahul sir. Let's take our next caller. Appreciate it. Okay. Caller with number ending in 2403. 2403, we're ready for you now. Hello? Caller with number ending in 2403, we're ready for you. Hello?
Hello. Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello, sir. Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir. Thank you so much for calling us. Please go ahead with your question.
Hello, Rahul sir and Nitya ma'am. So my question is, we have had an emergency over the weekend, and I'm unable to get to my lawyer to answer this question. So we already have a green card, EAD, and advanced parole approved, both me and my wife, and we are continuing H-1B status and H-4 status.
Your green card is approved, or your EAD is approved?
No, EAD.
So EAD
and
the advanced parole, both are approved, okay, and then you are maintaining the H-1B, okay?
Yes, maintaining H1, and it will be expiring this year, so we are in process of gathering the documentation for renewal. So if we leave US tomorrow, and if we come back in a month on advanced parole, so enter as a parolee status, can I then file for my extension after we enter?
When is your H-1B expiring?
September 11 of this year.
You will have zero, zip, no problem, none whatsoever at all to extend the H-1B even though you have traveled on the advanced parole. Absolutely will have no problem extending H-1B.
Sounds good. Okay. Sounds good. I think, yeah, that answers my question. I just wanted to make sure that I could maintain my H1 status after coming back.
So, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling us. Let's take our next caller. Okay, caller number ending in 6770. 6770, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hey, hi Nitya, can you hear me?
Hi, sir. Yes, we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead with your question.
Hey, hi. So I have two questions. So recently I had my GC interview and my priority date is not current, which is 2014. And when I went to the interview, I had like a EB2 and EB3 filed in 2020 and 2022. And officer said that I had to withdraw one and you have to choose one. And I chose like EB3 to withdraw. And then finally she asked me for the 485J and I provided a new 485J. And when I initially filed, I provided other 485J from my previous employer. And both the 485Js got approved just on Friday. So I don't know why 485Js got approved and my 485 is still in pending. That is one question. And the other question is like, I was filing like two EADs. One is on EB2 and EB3. And they asked me to withdraw EB3 and I wrote a letter for that withdrawal. And now the question is, will my EB3 EAD, that is what I'm using at this point, will that be any problem for that?
First is that the 485J approval is fine, not a problem at all. The 485J second one getting approval is probably very good news. The first one getting approval is irrelevant, but the second one getting approval is a good news that your file and everything is smooth right now, ready to wait for the priority date when it becomes current. It may smoothly get approved. Coming to the question, you said you are using the EB3. Do you have EB2 EAD or you don't?
I do have. I filed for the renewal and that is not there yet. It's still pending.
That's fine. That's fine. So you are in a good shape though. Absolutely not a problem. You have two tickets that you have in your pocket. In the right pocket, you have the EB2. In the left pocket, you have the EB3. Yes, technically, you may have shown the ticket master the EB3 EAD. Okay. That doesn't mean that even though you withdrew the EB3, you are illegally traveling in the train. No, because you have the second EB2 EAD in your pocket. Even though you have not received the extension approval, right now the law allows to work when the extension is pending for a period of 180 days. And that is going to change, that 180 days is going to change on April 8th. It's going to become 540 days. So you're in good shape. I don't see any problem.
But for the traveling, will that be any problem, sir, if I travel it with the EB3 EAD?
So you mean to say that you don't have an advance parole from EB2? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, I don't have advance parole or EAD from the EB2. I only have a EB3 and EB2. EB3.
Yeah, I would not travel. I would not travel on EB3 advance parole. If you don't have an advance parole in EB2, wait. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling us. Yeah. All right. Let's take our next caller. Okay. Caller with number ending in 5775. 5775. We're ready for you now. Hello.
Hi. Hello, ma'am. Are you able to hear me?
Hi, ma'am. Yes, I can hear you. I think you've put yourself on mute again. Please press *6 to unmute your line. Hello?
Yeah, are you able to?
Yes, I can hear you right now. Yeah. Thank you for calling us. Please go ahead with your question.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for taking my call, ma'am. Thank you very much. Yeah, good evening, Rahul, sir. Sir, I do have one question regarding my I-485, sir. So we have submitted all the non-available birth certificate and all medical forms and all. But recently, last week, I have got an RFE for my non-availability birth certificate, sir. So the problem they are setting is the legitimate of the seal of that non-availability birth certificate. But we have submitted the certificate as is, as received by the Tamil Nadu government. So it says in title Tamil Nadu government, but sub-registrar signed it, but the seals are in Tamil, not in English. So in that case, what I can do, sir?
Okay, so first there is online system in Tamil Nadu for this non-availability certificate, is that right?
No, sir. We need to go in person. We need to submit the records.
So
and
I
then
need
we
to,
need to get it.
yeah. If the seal is not coming, can you get another one? Are you telling the seal is in
we are
Tamil?
trying that, sir.
Okay. So
Yes,
if the seal is in Tamil though, if the seal is in Tamil, you can always translate it. Okay. You have the entire birth certificate translated. For example, if the entire birth certificate is in English, but you have only seal in Tamil, I still want to translate. I mean, we know how the things are in India. They have in Tamil, they have in English. Get the translations and certificate of translation done. There are some professional translators that will charge about $40 to $50 that can be done. However, I want to see the RFE though. Have it reviewed by a lawyer. Don't respond by yourself.
My lawyer is in out of hours, sir. Maybe like next week they will be available. So I'm trying to reach out to you as well, sir, through your lawyer.
Sure.
Sure. I'm trying to reach out to you as well, sir.
Yeah, I mean, you have 87 days to respond, at least 30 days to respond. So there is no hurry. Get the certificate of translation done. Even before your lawyer comes and get the certificate of translation done. You can contact him or you can contact our office. We'll be able to help you out. But don't respond to it because I want to read each word in it and I want to go check the Tamil Nadu state website one more time to make sure to refresh my memory what's the process for the non-availability. Okay? Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. So, the solution is like we can get it translated here or in Tamil Nadu, in India, are you saying?
That's right.
It's a kind of notary thing you are suggesting, sir.
That's right. Certificate of translation need to be there, yes. If you go to my website at RN Law Group and search it with birth certificate, there is a draft for the certificate of translation. I would recommend that you get it done in USA though. There are some agencies that you can search online. I don't have the company name right now, but they charge about $30 to $50 and they give everything. They give certificate of translation. They give everything in order the way we want it, the immigration lawyers want it. Because if you go and get done in the Tamil Nadu, they are not that familiar with certificate of translation. They're very good in translation. There's also a certificate of translation and then it is a little bit more input for an immigration lawyer. I would rather pay $50 here in the United States rather than getting done in $10 in Tamil Nadu. Okay? Thank you.
Okay.
And there's a site that I see called EAD Translate also. There is a site called EAD Translate that I see. I think they're more geared towards immigration-related translation services for Tamil.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Sir, I have one more question for a few seconds only. So we have got this RFE as an initial RFE, sir. So is there any chance will USCIS will provide another RFEs or this would be the final RFE, sir?
There's always a chance. They can always ask an RFE about other things, medicals, 485J supplement. There's always a chance. But you don't have to worry about it. Okay? What is your priority date? What is your priority date?
It's 2019, sir, EB1. It's an EB1.
Okay, so most probably you will get the approval of the green card. Okay? Most probably.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. All right, let's next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 6748. 6748, we're ready for you now. Please press *6 to unmute your line. Caller with number ending in 6748. Hello? Okay, let's try another caller. We'll come back to you. Caller with number ending in 5541. 5541, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hi, ma'am. Hi, sir. I have one question.
Go ahead, sir.
So I'm planning for applying for H1B extension. So, and I got to know like my company SOW is expiring by this June, and they are trying to renewal, and it goes to this year end, December. So when I apply for extension, I'm like, any idea when, till what time, till what, how many years I will be getting that one?
3 years. We don't have Trump right now as a
Can
president.
you repeat it?
Okay. 3 years.
3 years. Okay,
Yeah.
so irrespective of SOW, they will be providing that one for 3 years, right?
That's right. If you are eligible for 3 years H-1B extension based on you have your I-140 approved, is that right?
I-140, yeah, I-140 is approved, yeah.
Okay, then you will get 3 years. Even though your SOW is only until December of 2024, they will give a H-1B approval for the entire 3 years. So there was a court case, we won on that, and that's the reason why they started giving the 3 years of the H-1B. Yeah, you're good. No problem with it. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling us. Let's take our next call.
God knows when Trump comes what he's going to do about these H-1B approvals. Maybe he'll bring it back to December of 2024. That's bad.
Oh, gosh. All right. Okay. Caller number ending in 9838. 9838, we're ready for you now. Hello? Caller with number ending in 9838, we're ready for you now. Hello? Hello? Okay, we'll try this caller again. Caller with number ending in, hello? Please press *6 to unmute your line. *6 to unmute your line again. Hello? Caller with number ending in 9838.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Number 9838. Yes, ma'am, we can hear you. Thank you for calling us. Please go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for taking my call. This is regarding H-1B amendment. So my old project was at Richardson, and my new project is at Dallas. So there is a distance of 18 miles. So I wanted to know if I need to file for H-1B amendment. The difference is the client is new, but the title and the job duties are the same. So I wanted to know if I need to go for H-1B amendment.
Absolutely not required. Richardson and Dallas, they both come under the same MSA. Absolutely not required. Even if by any chance some of the cities don't come under the same MSA, if they are within 20 miles, absolutely not required for amendment if the job duties are similar.
Okay, sir. But if the client, even if the client is different, that's okay, right?
You're absolutely right, ma'am. If the client is different, you still do not need amendment.
So that just gave me a concern that, you know, sometime if USCIS people come, so my old LCA shows the previous location. So how would they know that the new location? Do we need to file new LCA or?
No, you don't file a new, you don't file the new LCA. You don't need to do anything. When they come there, they will check where you are. There is a case called matter of senior solution, which clearly indicates that you do not need an amendment if it is the same MSA or within drivable distance. Absolutely not a problem. And you can, you know, take a clip of this one. This lawyer told me this, and that's the reason I didn't file an amendment. He said, matter of senior solutions, you can go online and print that case out, okay? You're fine.
Okay, sir, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling us. Okay, let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 7238. 7238, we're ready for you now. Hello?
You have to unmute 732.
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, sir.
Yeah. Can you help me now? Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Can I answer my call?
Go ahead, sir.
Hello, sir. I have a few questions. So I'm currently on L1B visa, which is going to max out by this October 31st. I already got my I-140 approved. Do I have any other options to retain my working status or something? Because my H1 is not picked even this year.
So I've been trying from last 3 years, but even this year I didn't. So it was not my luck. Is there any other options that I can do to retain? I mean, to stay back here?
There's one thing called O1 visa that you can explore that if you think so you're eligible for it. It requires extraordinary ability, but otherwise I cannot think of any solution. Now, I know some of the people do the day one CPTs, which we do not endorse it. We do not like it. We consider them as illegal universities. But no, I can't think of anything else other than H1B and O1 visa for you. And there is something called cap exempt H1Bs. Where if you work for a university or a non-profit in higher education institutions, you don't have to go through the lottery system. That is available.
Oh, okay, fine. Thank you. And the last question I have is, there's my brother has got F1 stamped last month. He's going to travel this year, this month for an master's course, and luckily he also got picked for he got picked for H1 selection. So after coming here on the F1, can he file a petition for H1 petition?
He's coming in August though. June 30th is the deadline to file for the H1B. You see my point? If you don't file the H1B by June 30th, good, sir.
He has enrolled for summer course. He should be coming in the April.
Yeah, technically he is eligible to file a change of status, sir. Okay? Before June 30th.
Would there be I-797B, or like can we have an I-797A? So that would require to go back to the country and stamp for.
If the person is in United States on F1, they can apply for a change of status in United States without going out of the country. Okay?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling us. All right, let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 5714. 5714, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Caller with number ending in 5714. Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, hi, my name is Anusha.
Hi, ma'am. Thank you for calling us. Go ahead, please.
Hi, Rahul Garu. Yeah, so my question is, we have filed for my husband's H1B and my H4 and H4 EAD last September. And they were expiring this Feb 10th of 2024. So we filed like 5 months ago. And we still did not receive approval in Feb. So we went for a H1B premium in March. And I have received all the approvals, H1, H4 and H4 EAD and approval notices as well for 3 years. But I did not receive H4 EAD card yet.
Oh, you didn't receive the H4 EAD card. When was it approved?
EAD card, yeah.
When was it approved?
It was approved on March 20th.
Right now it's
March
April
20th.
8th. We are noticing some
I received
delays.
approval notices.
You told me that. If we are noticing some delays in the EAD approvals, H4 EAD approvals right now. So, but if you can't get it in the next 1 week though, then definitely you might want to file for the duplicate EAD approval.
Duplicate EAD approval?
Yeah, that's right.
Is that a service request?
No, you have to file I-765 form. You don't have to pay the fees again. It's duplicate EAD approval now. You can, but listen to me very carefully. Listen to me very carefully.
Sure.
You can do the service request. You can do the congressman, ombudsman. You can call the USCIS, but do not forget filing for the duplicate. If it crosses April 20th under any cost though, I want you to first file for the duplicate. You can swim the English Channel if you want to, okay? Saying that I didn't got the EAD approval. Still, I want you to file for the duplicate. But the deadline is April 20th for you. Go ahead with any other questions.
Okay. My question is, I just wanted to check if I am eligible for automatic extension of EAD.
That's right. You have a point. Yes, you're right. Since your H1B, H4 is already extended. your EAD extension was being filed on time, you are eligible for 540 days extension. You're good. Oh, it's 180 days as of today. From tomorrow, it's going to be 540 days. Okay?
Okay.
Thank
Sure,
you.
Rahul garu. So the duplicate approval should be before April 20th, right?
On or after April 20th.
On or after.
On
Okay,
or
got
after
it. Yeah.
20th.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Got it. Yeah, thank you, Rahul garu.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling us. Let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 1828. 1828, we're ready for you now. Hello? Caller
Hello,
with
ma'am.
number ending in 1828. Hello, sir.
Hi, ma'am. Hi,
sir.
Rahul sir.
Hi.
Thank you for taking the call and helping
Sure,
us.
Go ahead with your question, sir.
Sir, I have a situation. I have my green card EAD and the H1B, and I have to be in India to take care of my parents for more than 6 to 1 year. So I think last time I called and I can use my FMLA for some time, but I'm not sure like how I can take care of that. Like with EAD, I have to have a job, right? And I'm not sure my employer will allow for that period. And I can get my H1B stamping, and then I thought I can come back. Will that be a possibility or any other way?
You're going to risk your green card if you're going to have that much period of absence with no job in between in USA. That's the reason we have in the Telugu, Ava kavalna, Buva kavalna. You have to pick one. Yeah, you have to choose one here right now because otherwise, if you're going to stay there for 1 year, though, it will become a problem for the green card. I want to consult an immigration lawyer, have a plan A, plan B. If it's going to be denied, how you're going to come back. And then you may have to file the labor and I-140 again and wait for the priority to become current. Okay?
Okay. But if I get my H1B stamping, can I use that to come back, or that will jeopardize my EAD?
So it's, first of all, if you have an absence of 1 year, though, your green card, it will jeopardize it. Now, if you use the H1B, technically it doesn't jeopardize the 485, but if you stay there for more than 6 months, it does jeopardize your green card application. Second is, if you have a H1B stamp in the passport, will you be working for the same company when you come back?
May not be.
Oh, then you can't come on that H1B. You're telling that I have an H1B with Microsoft, I'm going to work for Microsoft, but you don't want to. There's no job there in Microsoft, so you cannot technically come with Microsoft H1B. If you have the H1B stamping with Microsoft, but you are not going to work for Microsoft, but you have a Google that you want to work, they have to file an H1B, get an I-797B approval. Then when you want to come into the United States, you can show the Microsoft H1B approval, but show the I-797B of Google because you are going to work for Google. That's not a problem. But if you don't have a job, you have only stamping with Microsoft, you want to come on the H1B, no, you can't.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah,
thank you.
That's
we'll go to the next
okay.
call.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling us. Okay, let's take our next call.
One thing, Nitya, I'm getting this lot of calls from these people who want to leave their 485 and then get out, though. They should not be using their advance parole, though, when they are of big absence, because sometimes they may be deported from the airport if they try to use the advance parole. What I recommend is to come back on the H1B again, file the form, file the I-140 again, and wait for the priority to be current. They can put the previous date to the current one, even though they filed the 485. So I get these kind of consultations a lot recently. We'll go to the next caller.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, let's take our next caller. Next caller, please. Okay, caller with number ending in 6748. 6748, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Yeah. Hi, Nitya garu.
Hi, sir. Thank you for calling us. Go ahead with your question, sir.
Sir, Rahul garu, నా STEM OPT స్టార్ట్ అయిందండి. కాకపోతే ఏంటంటే మా కన్సల్టెన్సీ వాళ్ళు పేరోల్ రన్ చేయటం లేదు, అంటే నాకు ప్రాజెక్ట్ అయితే లేదు. బట్ స్టెమోపీటీకి పేరోల్ మ్యాండేటరీ అని చెప్పి నేను విన్నాను. సో ఇన్ కేస్ వాళ్ళు అది చేయలేదు అంటే నాకేమన్నా ప్రాబ్లం అవుతుందా ఫ్యూచర్ లో? లేదు అంటే మనం ఏమన్నా ఇప్పుడు USCIS కి ఏమన్నా రిపోర్ట్ చేస్తే అంటే సో సేఫ్ గా ఉండేదానికి ఏమన్నా సజెషన్ ఏమన్నా ఇస్తారా?
No, if you don't have a project and you're not doing any job and they're not paying you, then you are at this point of time are unemployment period. Technically, if the unemployment lasts more than 90 days, you will be having a problem. They may terminate you from the service system. You need to contact an immigration lawyer. But if it's just a temporary 30 days or so, that's fine. If it's crossing that time, definitely you need to contact a lawyer. Okay? You need to be on the payroll on a STEM
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay. Awesome. I know that a lot of you are waiting to talk to Rahul sir on the live chat as well as our callers list as well. But unfortunately, as Rahul sir also always knows, we keep running out of time, no matter how long we try to stretch it out. Rahul, so first I want to thank you on behalf of TV9 for helping all our viewers and for patiently answering all their questions and for being so upfront with every option that they have. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nitya.
And to all our viewers, we want to say we'll be back same time, same place next week. Please call us, bring us your questions, and come back to us. We will be telecasting at the same time next week. I know we've had a little bit of a back and forth in terms of the timings, but we've got that all situated right now. So thank you for being so patient with us, and we will see you all next week. Until then, have a great and safe week. Thank you and goodbye.